Hello there. What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at a Cad Bane list. Some list you might build when Cad Bane finally comes out. And so we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be using Tabletop Admiral today, and we're going to be making a separatist list. So that'll be fun. Also, if you are new here to the channel, there is a new round of the giveaway going on right now. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. Also, if you want to support the channel, there are links down in the description for Patreon, which is a great way to support the channel. Also, for some of the new gator necks, we're going to be wearing face masks for a while, so I figured, these are double layered. They're not medical masks, but they are awfully comfortable. They'll keep you warm in the wintertime when that rolls around, and all the rest of the time, they're a fashionable accessory, which it's probably a good idea to wear something over your face for quite a while. So we've got those and a lot in shirts and new stuff coming all the time. So all that stuff is down below as well, and it does help support the channel. So if you see something you like, tell your friends. Or maybe buy some gifts for somebody for their birthday or something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the list. I'm going to start off with Cad Bane because he is the center point of the list. And, I think he's so interesting. What a different character we've seen, right? With him wanting to get in close and do all kinds of nasty things to people that he can get him close with, and maybe survive even with white dice between danger sense and some of the other things that we can, some of his command cards and some of the things that we can put on him. I think he might just be able to survive. He does have that defensive surge, right? So what I want to do is I want him to survive because he's kind of the center point of this list. I want to give him duck and cover. Duck and cover is going to definitely help a white defense dice, somebody with danger sense, survive. And I know that his training slot uses a lot of things you're tempted to put on him. Something like offensive push, maybe, or something like, tenacity or hunter rather, or overwatch or something like that. The training is just one of those slots that's got a lot of really good things. But if you got white defense dice, I think duck and cover is going to be really good, especially with danger sense, and especially with the ability to potentially gain uncanny luck through command cards. If we do able to play him correctly and we can get him really close, I think Comms Jammer is worth the points. It's a potential way to really, shut down a lot of really important lists, especially when somebody's close to you and they're going to try and kill you. You can be like, well, yeah, but I'm going to go first. So I really like that. For his gear, I'm actually, this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to go with environmental gear on him. And I normally don't, this is like one of those cards I almost never run, right? But there's so many times, like, his steady is really good, especially at speed 2. A speed 2 steady unit is awesome, and we don't really, I'm so used to just the speed 1 speed 1 snow troopers or speed 1 Vader with relentless, right? There's so much of, we're just used to that, but speed 2 is such a big deal, and you don't want to lose that because there's a barricade or something like that in the way. So I think this is one of those times where I'm actually going to break down and use environmental gear on him, especially when he plays his 1 pip, because he can get 2 attacks, and that means he can move twice and get to it, and a steady move after each one. So that's the time where environmental gear is going to pull double duty. So really a really cool opportunity to use a card that I usually don't ever use. So I like that. I will also give him his electro gauntlets here, because that's a good melee. It's a good melee option. It's a really cool option to have. For 10 points, I can definitely afford it. I'm not going to go with any grenades though, although I do think you might consider making a case for the smoke grenades. There could be a situational, if you combine that with him being out in the open to deny stuff, and he's got duck and cover also, you could turn it into heavy cover out in the open. That's pretty cool. Maybe, but it still takes up an action, so I'm just not sure. I'm just not 100% on it, so I'm leaving it off for now. At this point, it comes down to commander, right? The problem with running Cad Bane is that, hey, he's not cheap, and he's 147 points the way I have him right now. So you don't have a cheap commander to pair with a decently priced operative. So we're looking at Dooku or Grievous. A little part of me wants to say, well, let's put Grievous on here because he's the cheaper of the 2 options. But at the same time, I've run Grievous recently with AATs because I was trying to make double AAT work. And so I want to run Dooku this time. And I think it'll be fun. I think Dooku will be a fun one to run with him. So Dooku, I'm going to give Dooku Force Push because I think that's almost mandatory on Force users, especially anybody with Master of the Force. Force Push is going to be like a really good option to have. Same thing with Force Reflexes. On anybody who has got any type of deflect ability, Force Reflexes is going to be incredibly important. So those two are pretty much auto includes. I'm going to give him Esteemed Leader. It's not one I would use on him a whole lot, but I'm going to have a lot of droids and a lot of people to be able to keep him alive. I definitely want him to survive. And for his third Force ability, I don't have to put anything on here, but I'm definitely going to. It's a tough one. Some people I've been hearing talk that some people are actually breaking down and putting Saber Throw on him. And it's not a terrible option, but I just have a hard time justifying it with his lightning already being built in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him Force Choke. It is going to, it's not that expensive now, and it's only 5 points. But man, when you get that Z6 or something like that, it's just is so incredibly satisfying. So so I really love it for that purpose. And and the purpose is good. All right. So what we're going to do is, this is not going to be a very high activation list. All right. Now I could, just for, like if you wanted to really try and pad activations, I could run six B1 battle droids. Boom. That gives us, hey, look at that. We got points, right? That's like we can put 2 droidicas on there. We could be like, boom, look at that. 10 activations, 798. But those activations are going to be crap, right? They're going to be really bad. So we're not going to do that. But you could. You certainly could. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with an 8 activation list here. And we're going to try and run 2 units of B2 Super Battle Droids. Now, I'm not super crazy on the B2 Super Battle Droids right now. But I think with Cad Bane, trying to get him up close, especially through some of his command cards and his whole, his mind that kind of warps him in. I think you're going to have a lot of people shooting at Cad Bane or Dooku and not shooting at your B2 Super Battle Droids. I think they're going to actually be able to make the journey into, try and close the distance without getting completely obliterated. I might be wrong, but I think it's worth a shot. This might be the list to try that in. So I'm gonna, but I don't want them to have that range 3 and they end up, because there's a chance that that AI is gonna happen on one of these guys at least at once or twice the way that I'm gonna be running them. So I'm gonna give them the B2 ACM and the extra guy and just gonna duplicate that. I want them stuck at range 2 for shooting because I think it's gonna work in this case, and they will have a strong range 2 attack if they can manage it. But that's why there's 2 of them too. All right, and the rest are going to be B1s, but I'm going to build these a little differently. I'm going to do a couple units of B1s with just the E5C. All right, I'm going to do 3 of those. All right, so that's a pretty solid unit. Still pretty cheap, right? Only 54 points there. You're getting 7 minis. You're also getting, that nice E5C die, so that's good. That's people that can guard for Dooku, that can, and of course the chain will go. But we're going to have some 1-pips where we're not able to issue the chain, so we need somebody with HQ uplink. So I'm going to add that other B1 battle droid. And this one is also going to have the E5C. He is, but he's also going to have, which one do I want? I think I want the OOM series droid, because he's going to be my chain starter, and I want him to be able to kind of stay back if he needs to, or if things kind of get screwy, I want him to have the extra room to just make it work in case I screwed something up. And I'm going to give him HQ uplink so he can start the chain when he needs to. And wouldn't you know it, that brings me to exactly 800 points. So now we're having no bid for first player, no bid for blue, nothing like that, right? No, it's not really first player blade. That's what we called it in Armada. But so that's 8 activations. I mean, look, it's not unheard of to run 8 activations, right? Dooku and Grievous had been doing it for a long time. The big difference here is really we're swapping Cad Bane for Dooku, and little changes. But we've got some slightly newer things from so it'll be fun. But our command cards are going to be a little different. Now, I'm going to quite simply just run all of Dooku's and all of Cad Bane's. I make the rules now is going to be really fun. And of course, I don't know for sure if I'm going to use it or not. I'll definitely run You Disappoint Me. That one's great. I'm in control. I love, love, love this one, and it's another thing that's great about it is that this is another reason why duck and cover is so good. That's another reason for that. So yes, definitely I'm in control. And of course, double the fall, being able to shut down Rex's 1-pip. Oh, it's just incredible. And then I'm your worst nightmare. This is going to help. It's really, really going to help. And then Fear, Surprise, and Intimidation. Great, great card. Like they're just auto includes. They're like, but there's going to be times, right, where like that one you can start your chain. That one you're not starting your chain. That one you can start your chain. That one you can start your chain. That one you're not, and that one you're not. So 3 cards in here. You're going to need HQ uplink if you want to start your chain. Something to consider, because it's not going to be the easiest thing. Now, I'm actually going to talk about battle plan cards because that's a new thing now. I'm going to go with Danger Close. I want to be able to say like, aha, you know what? We're going to be starting kind of close to each other. Oh, but if you try to come for me, I can, you know, pop Cad Bane's 3-pip or divulge it and try to like, you know, block you off. Like, I don't think you want to come this way. You know, so I think that's exciting. So we're going to go with Danger Close. Another thing is if I want to make sure I do Cad Bane's 3-pip right away, I can, you know, I can put Disarray out there and kind of put it next to one of the deployment zones. And if he, you know, he's got to deploy somebody, so it's almost certain to trigger it. So I can kind of force it, you know. I'm thinking, you know, for the most part. Major Offensive could be very similar too if I put it in the middle and like I know where you're coming from and you have to kind of come this way, so I can kind of just litter those tokens and the middle kind of in between everything. And then Battle Lines is safe, and depending on the terrain I can probably block off certain approaches. For objectives, I think Sabotage the Moisture Evaporators absolutely should be great here. If I can block off one of their Moisture Evaporators with the Cad Bane tokens, that's going to be really, really, really good. I love that, and I would probably play them around and do a little bit of both. Oh, that one sounds like just what Cad Bane was made for. I don't know. Recover the Supplies could be very similar too, because we want to, you know, pick up stuff. It's almost like another version of Infiltrate that he's gaining, so it seems like that's a shoe-in. We're going to go with Hostage Exchange. Those B2s won't be able to be attacked right away, so I could get some B2s out in the middle of the battlefield. That might be a fun way to kind of run them. That could be real interesting. And then Payload. I love the idea of just saying, oh, well, I'm going to just take Dooku right into your payload and just start massacring everybody. So that sounds fun. Although I think Grievous would be really, really good for that one too. But Dooku will also quite enjoy it. And then for the conditions, I don't have much long-range stuff, so I definitely want limited visibility. It's probably one of my favorite ones. Supply Drop is just great. I really enjoy Supply Drop, especially since I have some biological units in here too. Even if I get stuck with those the little Bacta things, I can still use those to heal the commander. I'll put War Weary on here because, hey, they're droids, so you know, we're less likely to really have problems with that. Plus, I mean, Dooku is Courage 3, Cad Bane is Courage 3, so you know what, we're okay with War Weary. And I'm gonna put Minefield on there because, hey, why not stack it up? Let's stack the mines with Cad Bane's mines a little bit. I think it could be really, really fun as well. And I think that's it. I think that's the list, everybody. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. There's still that giveaway going on right now. There's still time left to enter. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. I will put a link to this build in the description below. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is a good starter build for Cad Bane, or do you think I missed something terribly wrong, or is it just kind of too safe or just too normal? Maybe it's not flashy enough. I think I'd have more room to get some more activations in if the Staps were out, we're going to be out when Cad Bane comes out. Of course, if you're building this for just experimental play, then sure, you know, like drop some things, drop some points, and drop an extra Stap in there or something like that. Strike teams also will definitely be able to work their way in here and stretch out activations a little bit more too. But I wanted to go with this. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and big thanks to my patrons as well. If you're interested in supporting the channel, be sure to check those links in the description below. Thank you so much, and as always, have a great day.